Okay, about to get started here in the room. As you can see that it didn't move very much at all during the actually it did move a relatively decent amount, about the same as it did yesterday. So we might be moving here for the USA session again, and news is coming out, FOMC 2:30, but I think we're due for some action here. Okay, now as far as we have to wait a bit until (8:30) this chart time before we can get what should be the code 2, and then for the euro US dollar we have to wait for a while till 10:30. And for CL, (9:30) this time. So we got to wait a while. So I say that we just start playing the code 3 here. Let me go ahead and do it. Alright, there it is for the ES and for the YM and for CL. Now I suppose I could pull up the euro US dollar, but I don't know that it's going to move that much. Pull up stocks later as soon as the stock market opens. Yeah, CL news today. So we can use the Newsday entry today. Alright, there it is for the euro US dollar. Okay, so there's our first code 3s, and we'll just play those until we get to code 2. Yeah, I wouldn't worry about that though. The math favors that it will. Yeah, we'll see if it will or not. Just watch it and see, if everything's breaking and starting to move, or it just goes dead in between the code 3, or what's going on. That sort of thing. But if you wanted to take the best shot, I would go with the code 2. Okay, CL's about to go short, 58.91. CL goes short, 58.91. As soon as the price hits. Okay, there it is, short signal, code 3 on CL. Okay, YM threatening to go short here. I wouldn't take it unless the ES also goes short. Looking at 883. YM goes short off code 3, but again, I wouldn't take it unless the ES follows. It needs to also go short. Yes, that's correct. Okay, YM has already gone short, but again, unless the ES does the same thing and follows, it makes it risky to take it, very risky. It looks like it's going to be another off the key again today. Yeah, if that be the case, then the YM would go all the way up here and go break the top, and so would oil. So would CL. It would go all the way back up now, if they're doing it off the key. Just need YM to hit 881, and we're good to go as far as it going down. And need the CL to hit 58.90, then we're good. Still need the ES to come down. It's not even budging. which is not good for any kind of a trade here. So far we're starting off pretty slow here. It may continue, or as the market opens, that's when it might heat up for a bit. Right at the beginning, like it's been doing, and then maybe go sideways after that until the FOMC meeting comes out. But should work pretty good off of a code 2, I think. See what I mean by off the key? It's reversing off the key again. I haven't quite figured out a way to compensate for that exactly, because of the way that it's doing it. It's using the next following key to come down and break at that key and then reverse. Okay, so we already have a long signal on ES, but the YM is not following it, not going long. You need to wait for both of them to go long or both of them go short before taking the trade. Euro US dollar goes long at 10,790. So 790, it'll go long. It's pretty not moving too much right now, and I would say just wait till the code 2s, unless it starts moving here soon. But the code 2 should be good for something. 790 is long signal on Euro US dollar. There it is. Long signal Euro US dollar here. Code 3. Okay, notice that CL doing the same thing. I'm not sure how many days in a row it's been now that it's been doing this, but it's using it, making a range, and then it's breaking the range at the key, and then going and breaking the other side of the range, making it no good. But what's actually happening is it's, I believe that this is what could be called choppy code 3 mode. This is like it's just going to chop up and down here. It's going to be real choppy. Euro US dollar, I can't tell yet. And this one I can't quite tell yet either, but what's good about them is the ES and the YM are not trading together at all, which is good. That means you don't take a trade on them. So they too are probably also just going to drift and not do anything. So yeah, I would say that it looks like nothing is going to do much here. And then the FOMC meeting should affect the Euro US dollar quite a bit, because that directly relates to the dollar. So it looks like we're in for a dead market here. What I would do if you want to take a trade is take it at what should be the code 2 this week. I don't know how much it'll move, but if it's going to move at all, it would probably be at that on that code. So we've got a ways to wait here. For the YM, we're talking about 8:30 this chart's time. For the ES, same thing. For the Euro US dollar, we're talking about 10:30 this chart's time. And then for CL, we're talking about 9:30 this chart's time. So little ways to wait here for those to come. The Euro US dollar might move a bit based upon, you know, that the news is going to come out today for it. But whatever the reason why it moves, it moves. But it is moving right now more than anything else. Well, I guess I've already got it in for everything. All right. No, I don't. Okay. I thought there was something wasn't looking right there. It's just that it's barely moved at all. Okay, there's the code 3 for the ES. And code 3 for CL. And for Euro US dollar. Euro US dollar will go long at 10.820. Okay, YM going short off the code 3 there, looking for the ES to follow before taking a trade. ES needs to hit 37.75 to be a short signal. $31.37.75. Euro moving a little bit. Okay, still no break on the ES. Needed to break and go short. Euro moving not bad though today. Okay, 31.75. ES is short. YM is short. Both of them are short code 3. CL or Euro US dollar is long and CL is dead. Choppy again. Okay, so ES and YM are both short off the code 3. Euro doing pretty well here. Okay, so you can see what's happening with the code 3. See it break, go up and break the other side. Same thing here. It's also going to go up and break most likely. What it's doing is it's moving right up the key every time. It keeps doing that. So does oil. What this means is that this means that we're in a choppy market. And this isn't going to go anywhere. None of them. At least not until a code 2. And so a lot of you wanted to know, how can we tell if we're in a choppy market? Well, you can tell this way right here. Because what will happen is first it makes its range, and then it breaks at the key, and then goes to the other end of the range and breaks. And if you look at it in hindsight, you'll see what happens is when it does that, like it did yesterday, is it chops up and down really bad. So, actually it was moving yesterday off of the breaks, which was good. But if it doesn't move at all off the breaks, which it might not do today at all, because of the FOMC meeting coming out, it's just not going to be any good at all. And there's no way to compensate for that except for to say that you shouldn't be trading in this kind of a market, except to say this. You could take the trade. Like for instance, when you see it when it break, do the opposing off the key, you could take it and go long. Or take it going in whatever direction it's going. Euro US dollar though is not doing that. Just these three, YM, ES, and CL. And especially the ES and YM are doing it really bad. Oil doing it too right there. It broke, then went to the other side of the range. Here, here, and here, all the same. And notice that's the third one. First one's here, second one's here, third one's here. And then it breaks. First one's here, second one's here, third one's here, then it breaks. First one's here, second one's here, third one's here, and it breaks. And then it goes and backs and it breaks the other side. So same thing, same pattern, same thing, using the same kind of code. I would call this chop mode, is what I would call it. CL goes short at 58.90. It just hit 91, double bottomed. Alright, working on the code 3 here. Okay, there it is for the ES. And for the YM. And for CL. CL goes short at 58.90. And there's the Euro US dollar. Still not near a code 2 yet. Well, right now what's happening is it's reversing right off the key. See? Right here, same thing. Here, same thing. Here, same thing. It just keeps doing that over and over again. I would call this choppy mode code. Choppy mode code, meaning that it's just going to chop up and down like this, look really bad like that. It's the Euro US dollar that's moving good, has been moving good. And the ES and YM are still not together. The ES seems to almost be on its own here. Yeah, it does. I mean, the YM seems to be on its own. So the way to avoid that right now is to not take the code 3 trades, because it's just going to keep doing that basically. It's reversing off of the key, and there's no way to really avoid it other than to not take the trade. The only way you should take it is to go the other way. You see it reversing like that, but then, but I wouldn't worry about it. It's just in chop mode is right now. Except for the Euro is moving okay. I mean, the Euro is moving pretty good. The YM is moving okay. It's still doing it though. Actually, no, it didn't, because it did it here, but then it didn't do it up here. Yeah, it didn't do it up here. It didn't break. And it came all the way back down, making this code good. But the ES is doing it, and the CL is doing it. And I'm now calling it chop mode code, because that's what it's doing when it chops. It just it'll break off the key and then go and break the other side of the code 3, making it no good. But then ultimately though, you see that it doesn't go anywhere anyway. It's just chopping up and down. Like here, chopping up and down really bad. And then here so far is still pretty choppy. The only one moving good, fluid, is the Euro US dollar. FOMC meeting comes out today at 2:30. So I won't be here. But in many respects, the market's waiting on that. We are going to get some code 2s, however, coming up. But for right now, it should be known that CL is the worst instrument right now to trade. It is no good. It is choppy as can be. It's been that way for days. So right now, CL is not even should be traded at all. And I was going to put a stock in here, but I don't see anything right now. Yeah, so to answer your question, I wouldn't be trading CL right now. It's in chop mode, and the ES is also in chop mode. And even the YM is not really going to do much, I don't think. But if it is going to do something, it's going to do it at the code 3, code 2, which is coming up here. Now I don't know for sure if this is the code 2 or not, but it's the only one possible. There is one more, another one at 10. That's also a code 2 possibility. Both could work, or perhaps just one of them. So that's coming up. Also for CL coming up as well for the code 2. For the euro US dollar, we got to wait a little while. So the next two lines for the YM, ES, and CL are all what should be the code 2. I don't see anything at all. It's even, look at like Google or something, it's not even moving. It's not even getting any pre-market activity. And even Uber, nothing there. It's like everything just, dead right now. Obviously for the FOMC meeting, right? So, there's not going to be much going on here. And I don't have anything on my scanners even remotely close to being good. Everything is dead. GameStop. Had a radical move down yesterday. It's gapping down here. $1.26, 19%. It is shortable. This one could be good. Alright, CL is no good. Let's go to, let's put Euro US dollar here. And put GME. This is GameStop Corporation. Getting a nice gap down here. I'm showing it is shortable through Interactive Brokers. It's got 407,000 shares available to short. Okay, market's going to open up here in just a couple minutes, less than a couple minutes. Code 1 should work the best on this stock here. There's a good chance that code 1 will work completely on this thing. And I'm looking for short entry. If it goes long, I'll be looking for a offset entry to go short. If it goes short, I would just take it. I mean, if you have any risk aversion at all, just take it, because it's probably going to go down here. Yeah. Okay, ES is officially short off the code 3 here. Need to do the code 3. Let me work on it. Market's about to open too, and I need to get to the Game Pro. Okay, it's already gone short. ES has already gone short. There it is there. I'm sure the YM has already gone short as well. Let me get to it. Yeah, YM has gone short. Both ES and YM are short. Okay, looking for a signal on GME. Trying to do CL here. Actually, we're on Euro US dollar, aren't we? Okay, never mind. Still no signal on GME. Okay, there's the Euro US dollar. Okay, it's a long signal on GME. I would be looking for offset entry or a code 2 entry. Either a code 1 offset entry or a code 2 entry. Code 2 will most likely go short. Okay, YM and ES are heading down here. They're going into what should be the code 2. Let me just check CL real quick. Yeah, I really think CL is not going to do anything. It's just going to be choppy, I think. The Euro's been moving good, so we should stick with this one. Still have a long signal on GME. I'm looking for a offset entry to come, code 1, or a code 2 trade, which would most likely be a short signal. Should be able to write it down for, I would say, to 450, possibly 425. But I'd say more like about 450, about 75 ticks. Once it gives the signal. Okay, these are reversing right at the key again. I don't think it's good to hold them. They could go all the way back up and break the other side again, just like they've been doing. That's their pattern. Yeah, don't think CL is going to do anything until the news comes out. Which I won't be here. I'm just going to be here till 1. That'll be what, 3:30 in the morning for you. GMRE. GMRE. Global Medical. Oh, it doesn't have anything. That's no good. GPRO on the move. 437. Its high it just made today is 440. It's not a day trading stock, but it's a stock that could get going here real quick. Okay, we've got a code 1 signal coming up here. GPRO looking to make a new high here. It's doing the same pattern, coming down to the key and then going up onto the other side. Same exact thing. Long signal on GME. Long signal on GPRO. New high. 441. Oh, because I've been doing this for a long time. There's still no guarantee, you know what I mean? But I've been doing this for a long time, 20 years, and I, have gotten pretty good at it. It takes a experience, And then once I realized that it's all controlled by a computer, I realized, okay, it's just a mathematical game. And I realized that, it's not anything other than simple basic mathematics, really. And so I started to realize that, okay, these patterns aren't like just because, of this, and that. False assumptions. They actually have a mathematics behind them. Somebody had programmed that. So you start to get good at that, how it all works. I mean, there's still no guarantee that GPRO is going to go, but it's got the makings of what happens when it does. $4.43 now. And if you look at it over the last, week, 2 weeks, it's just been inchworming its way up, Also, they just came out with their report, the financial report, and had a meeting and everything, and they said their earnings report, and they said that they had, beat their estimate by a lot, blew it out of the water, that they're selling these GoPros, a lot of them, these Hero GoPros. So, the stock was $80 5 years ago, 6 years ago. So usually when you have a stock go down, you don't get too many stocks that go down that much and then they're making money. You know, they're making money. They beat their earnings estimate. They've got potential to keep growing. Yeah, I don't expect it to go back to 80. Just a good possibly 500%. Which is always good. All right, looking at code 1, short signal on GME. This one could be the short signal to where it goes down from here. I wouldn't pay any attention to ES and YM right now. They're in chop mode. Same with oil. Euro US dollar has died out a bit there. What we're looking for now, though, is the code 2 to come, and we're almost here in it now. On this next lines, they should move off of those lines. Okay, I will be back shortly here to do the code 3, which would be the code 2, most likely the code 2 for YM, ES, and Euro. Or actually, that would be CL, not Euro. I doubt CL is going to move either, though, but let me take a look one more time. CL the same? Yes. And then Euro doesn't come for quite some time. So we could switch back over to CL. Code 3 coming up. And I'll also we'll do the code 2 for GME as well. GME threatening to go offset long. It'll go long if it hits 561. It'll be an offset entry to go long. What it'll do is it'll go up and roll over on the code 2. Actually, you could take entries on the ES and YM. You just want to use the code 1. I could, the main code 1, I could point that out to you. Oh yeah, we can't use the code 2 for CL because it's got the news coming out today. So we have to wait on the news to come out, 10:30. And we can use a Newsday entry on it. Looks like this is going to go short here. Ultimately it goes short at 524, but looks like we're going to get a code 1 signal short on GME. Alright, I'm going to work on the code 3 here. Okay, so now let me see here. These two should actually be the code 2 for the ES and the YM. Okay, GME short signal code 1. for CL, we gotta wait for the news to come out. We use a Newsday entry on it. Okay, both ES and YM both long off the code 3. Okay, you need to pay attention to this code 1 here. This is the main code 1. It's moving off the ES and YM off this code 1. And notice how it broke? Now if it reverses back, it'll go all the way back down again. Looking for a signal. Okay, we got a long signal on the YM, long signal ES, long signal CL, plus we got a break on CL right there, code 3. News is coming out for CL though in 30 minutes, so it's not going to do much. Or it's not likely to. ES and YM, however, this should be their code 2. Okay, CL starting to do it there. Okay, it's a short sig. Wait a second, hold on. Okay, they all are. It's an offset entry to go short on the YM. It's going to do it. It's going to come all the way back down. Based upon its pattern, you could even take an entry on it. A regular code 1 entry. ES is still long though. Okay, CL is also an offset entry to go short. GME was a long signal. And it's a long signal off the code 3. It's a long signal off code 1. So right now CL is an offset entry to go short. YM is an offset entry to go short. Still long signal on the ES, but I bet it's going to go offset entry to go short as well. And a long signal on GME. I don't expect it to go up that much though, and it'll roll back over again. Okay, the YM will go long if the price hits 914. It's an offset entry to go long. Or actually, wait a second. Yeah, 914. It's an offset entry to go long. Otherwise, it's still an offset entry to go short. Okay, GME going long a little bit here. You know, I don't expect it to go up too much. Okay. E-mini will go offset entry to go short at 41.25. There it is. Offset entry to go short on ES, offset entry to go short on YM. If it holds to the pattern, they're going to come down now. They're reversing right off the keys. But first they break at the key and then reverse. I call this chop mode, where it's not going to go anywhere around the code 3s. Basically just chops up and down. It did make a nice little move down right there, but then just chopped all the way back up. It made a little bit of a move there, but then just, you know, starting to come back down now. It's not moving anywhere, it's just chopping up and down. for the FOMC meeting coming out today. CL doing the same thing. If CL doesn't nothing happens until the news comes out though. Now that should make it move good. We should be able to hit a nice Newsday entry today. It didn't work last week, but it should work. Worked the week before. Also, I'll jump on it on the code 1 too, so we could get in earlier. If it's moving, it's really moving. And CL doing the same thing. It's offset entry to go short. It's most likely going to come all the way back down. Actually, CL may come down and these may go back up. We'll see. Right now it's still an offset entry to go short on ES and YM and CL. Okay, that was a short signal on GME, code 1. And a long signal on YM, long signal on ES. Hold on, it looks like they're going to go offset here. Yeah, offset entry to go short on the YM, offset entry, no offset entry on ES yet. It's an offset entry to go short on the YM. It's a short signal on GME. Looking for ES to also go offset short. Okay, ES is also an offset entry to go short. So GME is a short signal, YM, ES short signals. And oil is also an offset entry to go short. All short signals. I'll be back in just a few minutes. Okay, GME has already gone short off what should be its code 2 here. Waiting on CL for the news to come out in 8 minutes. You don't want to be in CL before the news comes out. It's likely to spike up or spike down. You don't want to get caught on the wrong side of the spike. Waiting to do code 3 on ES and YM. And CL right before the news comes out. I'll be back in just a few minutes. I think GME could possibly hit 100 ticks today. So target would be 450 for 100 ticks. It might only do 75, I'm not sure, but we'll see how it goes on GME. Alright, there it is. There it is for the ES. It should be going up and go break the top if that's the code 2. Okay, there it is for the YM. Already got it for GME. Just need it for CL, though we're not going to use it for CL. The news is going to come out here, so you don't want to use this code 3. Wait for the news to come out, then we'll use a Newsday entry on it. Actually, I'm going to try to get it with the code 1. Okay, there is the code 3 range. News is coming out in 2 minutes. Okay, we got a drop there. Okay, ES and YM have also gone short off to code 3. Let me see, where did they do that at? Oh, no. They did it right at the key. I wouldn't trust it at all. What we can do, I can give you code 1 entries though. For the ES and YM, also for GME. Getting a nice ride down here on CL. Okay, it's going to be a little bit before we get the entry, so I will come back for that. Right now we're looking for code 1 signals. Short signal on YM. Short signal on CL. Short signal on GME. This is main code 1. Short signal on ES. All code 1 signals. Now we just need to watch out for offset entries on the ES and YM. If it holds to its current pattern, it's going to reverse and go back the other way. On the ES and YM, we'll get offset entries if it's going to do it. GME coming down here off the code 1 and code 2 and code 3. Okay, need to watch out for offset entries here on the ES and YM. Pattern so far today has been to break at the key, go back the other way. If it's going to do it, it'll give an offset entry to go long. No such signal exists. We still have short signal. Main code 1. GME is not going to do that, and CL won't do it either. Just YM and ES are possible right now. Okay, we look out of the woods on the YM here. Actually, no, it's still within the range. It could reverse still. But so far, so good. It's following the other ones down. Okay, and ES also starting to continue here. It's going to be a little bit longer before we get the entry on the CL for the Newsday entry. Let's see, where are we at? Okay, let me see something here. I need to go over to another chart and zoom out. Oh. Okay. This could be a big day on CL. Okay, we are only down to one possibility for the code 2 on the YM and ES, and it's coming. Alright, entry coming up here on CL. Newsday entry. We're looking for a reversal here to come, for it to start going up. Again, target on GME is 450 to 475, somewhere in there. Okay, I think CL is going to give a long signal, code 1 / code 2, or Newsday entry. This is going to be using a code 1 for an entry rather than a modified code 3. The modified code 3 should still work today. Code 1 entry is a little more risky here, but if it goes long, it looks pretty good. And otherwise, the modified code 3 should work also today, which we'll use. All right, here comes the signal. It's a short signal, code 1. I would be looking for an offset entry to go long instead. Looking for an offset entry here to go long on CL. Okay, here it comes. Okay, if CL hits 58.42, it's an offset entry to go long. 58.42. If CL hits 58.27, it's actually a short signal. It's a little bit risky to go short, but 58.27 is a short signal on CL, code 1. Okay, there it is. It's a short signal, code 1. It's actually not even offset entry, it's just a straight signal. And I think that it most likely mathematically is going to go back up. So at this point, I would play the modified code 3 entry on it. Which will be coming up. We still might even get an offset entry still to go long. It's still within the realm of possibility here. Okay, we're about to get another code 1 signal on CL. It's a long signal on CL. We are going to use a modified code 3 on it. At this point, it looks like the modified code 3 will work good here today. Chances of a bounce on CL are high. CL codes are still all short here. Or we went offset entry. Sorry, we went offset entry to go short on the last one. I said it was a long. It went offset to go short. Okay, there is the Newsday entry range right there. We're about to get a signal on CL. Looks like it's going to be a long signal. This is code 1. If it goes long, we should get a nice bounce out of it. Okay, it is a long signal. Long signal code 1 on CL. Now we're looking to see it break for it to hit 58.42 for a Newsday entry long signal. Looking for the price to hit 58.42 for a Newsday entry long signal. Currently we have a code 1 long signal now. Okay, if CL hits 58.10, it's a short signal Newsday entry. If it hits 58.10, YM coming down nice there off that code 3, and so is the ES. Comes another code 1 entry. Code 1 signal. Okay, it's a long signal on CL. Okay, looking for the break here now. Need to hit 58.42. Okay, working on the code 3. Watch over here, 58.42 is the break. Newsday entry on CL. Okay. Okay, there it is for the ES. There it is for the YM. As you can see, oil will be a gigantic range, but just don't pay attention to it. I'll leave it like that so you can still see the lines. Okay, still hasn't hit 58.42 yet. And now doing GME. Okay, ES looking to go short. It already did. Need the YM to follow. It goes short at 8.27 on the YM. 8.27. Need them both to go short in order to take entry. Okay, YM's, there it is. Short signal on YM, short signal on ES. Off this code 3. Need to watch out for offset entries here on this particular one. Looks good so far, but if it goes offset, I'll let you know. This is the main code 1 here. It gave a short signal. CL goes long. Newsday entry using modified code 3 at 58.42. I would estimate that it would move back up a good 40 ticks. So about like 82 on the target or so. Okay, there it is, long signal, CL, Newsday entry. I'd put the target maybe about 58.85 or so. 80, 58.80, 58.85, something like that. If it started to really rip higher, you'd want to go for more. But that only happens every, once in a while. But if it did, I mean, just all of a sudden start shooting up, you'd want to go for more than that. Alright, watch out. Offset entries are very possible on YM and ES. Because Newsday entry just went long off CL, they're probably all going to go up here. And that's a break right at the key, just like before, and then goes all the way back the other way, just like before. And it's setting up to do it right here as oil goes higher. Yeah, it's kind of weird, huh? Yeah, it's a weird market. It just depends on what they seem to be specializing in doing what it doesn't normally do nowadays. They've turned it all around, So you got to be on your toes here for everything. Yeah, wait a second. Yeah, wait a second. I think ES is already a long signal. Offset entry to go long. YM is gonna follow. Probably. It's just doing the same exact pattern over and over and over again. I don't really know how to compensate for that except for to see the signal happen and just either get out or get in right there. Just wait for that to happen and then get in. YM has not gone long yet though. It's still short. By the way, heads up. The last remaining possibility for the code 2 on the ES and YM is coming up. The next two lines will be the code 2 on the ES or YM, and if those aren't it, then I don't know what it is, because there's no other possibilities. I'm working on the code 3 again now. Newsday entry code already came. You mean you're talking about the FOMC? Okay, there it is for the ES. And there it is for the YM. And there it is for CL. Oh, about the Newsday entry. Well, let's see here. It came close to target. About 10 to 15 ticks away. You wouldn't want to see it go below this code 3 here. So if it drops below 58.20, if it hits 58.26, you're definitely going to want to be out. This is actually another possible code 2 here, code 2 special is what it is. And it's a possibility it could reverse and roll over. But I wouldn't take it though. I wouldn't take it. It's either going to continue back up and break this high and go a little bit higher, or I wouldn't bother with it, because it's likely to die out and go sideways. I'll be right back again. Okay, for ES and YM, this is the last possibility for the code 2 right here. And they're both look like they're going to go long. ES goes long at 31.38 exactly. YM goes long at 8.61. 8.61. If they both go long, you're going to want to take that one. This is the last possibility that could be the code 2. Everything else has already been eliminated for this week. So either this is it, or I don't know what it's going to be. Okay, I'll be back in a few minutes. Okay, YM trying to go long. ES has already gone long, code 3. YM trying to go long, needs to hit 861. Just hit 860. Again, this one is the last possibility here of being the code 3, code 2 on these two instruments, ES and YM. Okay, there it is. Long signal on YM, long signal on ES, code 3. Looking for CL to hit the target of about 58.80 to 58.85, somewhere in that range. We had gotten a short code 2 short signal on GPRO today, so today not a good day for taking the position off the code 2. But there'll come a day when it'll be good. Okay, CL goes long off this code 3 at 58.70. Looking for target around 58.80, 58.85, possibly even 58.90. Uber went long off the code 2 today. Lyft, same thing. Those two stocks are doing really good. Lyft is doing really good today. See, here's the sweet spot on the stocks. It's right about here on the price range. You know, the $30, $40, $50 price range is about the sweet spot on them. And they really move good. And this one came out code 2, of course everything, code 3 is everything perfect on it. On Lyft, and also Uber, also doing well. Code 2 gave long signals and it's gone up. This GameStop, you know, it's not moving very much. Yeah, there's a lot of good ones. They're not showing up on my scanners though. which is kind of weird. Yeah, I don't see him anywhere on my scanners. But they're definitely moving good. Yeah, you see, once I discovered that the codes work on stocks, that's what I started playing, you know. And, well, actually, I had already decided. I said, okay, I'm tired of the codes. I'm just going to trade stocks and be a real trader. And that's when I discovered that they, looked at it, and I discovered that the codes are controlling it too. That's where I basically really did fall out of my chair. I was like, you've got to be kidding me. I just, can't believe it, right? So, but that's where I started to make the money really easy, because the code is so easy on stocks. Whereas, okay, like for instance, okay, even GME, it went up a little bit, and then when it's done, just come down, right? Not giving you any pressure. Uber, what has it done? It went up, went sideways for a bit, and then it's gone up. The code caught it the whole time. Lyft, what's it done? Just gone up. The code caught it the whole time, though. Gave you the long signal. In other words, these go chop, 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 chop. And these just go smooth. There's a big difference. It's easier to go smooth, and it just trends up or trends down for you. Makes it pretty easy. Whereas these chop all over the place, and it makes it more difficult, no doubt. Not that you can't make money from it, you certainly can. It is more difficult. These stocks obviously take more money to play with. But if you've got enough money to play with them, they're quite good. And that's where I was. Yeah, you have to be on your toes with the futures, and that's why I did really well over the summer, because I was trading stocks, and I was trading Uber and Lyft even before the summer, and doing really super good with those. And then the pharmaceutical ones came around, and I was nailing them, and yeah. Yeah, I agree. The win rate on stocks is really good. Yep. A child could win in stocks. Not as tricky as the futures. It's right. They're better. I mean, the problem is a lot of people can't play them, but for those that can, it's definitely really, really good. And when my scanner heats up again, I start getting some really big moves again. That's when we'll really be able to make bank, obviously. It'll come. It's just forever, whatever the reason right now, things are a bit slow. But it'll come back as it always does. Okay, working on the code 3. Okay, not yet. Hold off on ES and YM for a minute. Okay, YM has already gone short. Looking for the ES to follow. Working on CL. Okay, there it is for CL. And there it is for GME. Wouldn't pay any attention to the code 3s on GME though, just ride the code 2 down. Alright, ES has gone short off the code 3 there. And so has the YM, but boy, if that goes short, that means that's not going to be the code 2. Well, I would just take it anyway. They're both moving off of it. ES and NYM. And I wouldn't pay attention to the long signal on GME. It should continue down some more. Off its code 2. And CL, looking for it to break one more time here, up here, and go a little bit higher. And then it's basically going to die out. Okay, heads up, the ES and YM look to be doing the same thing again, where they're breaking at the key and then they'll go all the way back the other way. We're still in what could only be a code 2 trade. So I'm looking for the ES and YM to continue to go back up here. And for them to have just broken at the key and then go all the way back up and break the other end like they've been doing over and over again. Okay, CL has reached target. And Nick, you got 40 ticks. That's good. See, at times like that where, you go for it, right? But if you don't hit it, you have to get out break even, you know what I mean? Just as long as you can always take the chance to go for it. But if you don't get it, comes back to break even, just get out. Just take a break even trade. Say, okay, that one didn't work, no big deal. You keep getting in the habit of going for them, you'll get your ticks. So for instance, let's say I had a target on $1 on it. You could get you could actually get $1, You go for the trade more. And just remember, every time you do that, make sure that if it comes back to break even, you will get out. And you do get out. You don't hold on to it. And don't kick yourself when it happens, So, but anyway. Okay, so it's made target of 85, 80, 85. It's probably going to die out now and not do much. That's what it generally does. Although the FOMC meeting, I don't know exactly what it's going to do for that. GME, it'll probably come back down again later. Still a lot of time left. But it may not break below this low anymore. So it's probably pretty much done. It just didn't move a whole lot. Yeah, I do code 3 in stocks, but you don't need to do the code 3 in stocks. But you can, yeah. If the stock is really moving up and down a lot, you can do the code 3 in the stocks. Otherwise, the game is to play the code 2 on them. This still has a code 2 short right here. So it still should come back down. I just don't really think it's going to move all that much down. I said oil might even reach 58.90. There it is. Oh yeah, code one does work extremely well. They all work extremely well. The real trick is to put them together, you know. Trade the code 1 and the code 2 and the code 3. You know, you just got to put it all together. That's what I'm trying to do in this room, is trying to put it all together. Right now we're running into a little bit of a choppy market, but CL was pretty good. Came all the way down, gave a code 1 short signal, and then we got a Newsday entry to go long and made it to the target right there. You know, it was pretty choppy on YM, but the first one was a short, it's good. Second one's a short, another short, good all the way down. And next one was a long, but didn't go anywhere at all. Next one was a short, it was good down. And another short, go down a little bit. And then a long up here, no good. And then a short back down again. Same thing on the YM. And GME, not really any good. It was only good for what, 30 ticks or so. So not that much. Oh, that's good. That's good. When the market picks back up, you know, when it really picks up again, like it, for instance, okay, how about, let me give you an example. When the market is as good as it was this last summer, or even April, May, June, July, August, and when the market is as good as it was back then, the room get a lot better, because we'll be able to really make a lot of money, especially when you can play stocks too, because the stocks, people don't realize this, but they really make a lot of money on the stocks. I didn't see much on my scanners, but you know, the ones that I showed you that had really good charts, the Uber and the Lyft, they didn't show up on my scanners, but I mean, I was having an absolute blast trading this one here, Lyft. This stock is so incredible. It was when it came out, and it was was an IPO. It was really super good. It was just fantastic, and today was a very good day for it. How many ticks is that? Could have got in on the code 1. Been in at like 45.50, 46.50, 47. So $1.50 this thing good for today. It's not bad. Yeah, I would say it's a real nice day for a Fed day too. Sometimes they decide they want to move it. Sometimes they don't, you know, it just depends. I mean, I've seen on holidays now where they'll have it move really good, you know, like, so you never know. Anyway, let me do the code 3 here. Let's keep it up to date. I'm going to be going in like less than 30 minutes. Keep these records, these charting here, so I can go over them. Okay, it's already a ES code 3 short signal. Oh wait, no. Yeah, it is. Okay, no, it isn't. It's not a short signal yet. But there's its range. Okay, and then the YM. Alright, there it is on the YM. And for CL. Now just to let you know, CL is most likely going to just die down. It's not really going to do a whole lot from here. Most likely. Usually that's what it does on the Newsday. Newsday entry is good for about 40 ticks, 40, 50 ticks, and then it basically dies out. Doesn't really do much after that. So I personally would not really take any more code 3 signals on it or anything like that. It's not likely to do a whole lot. And for GME, I personally would be out Well, I'd probably be out of it right now on GME, but it's most likely going to come back down a little bit. I would think it's going to settle around 5.30 or so, $5.30 or so, roughly right around there, settle down and not really do a whole lot. It might go down a little bit more than that, but I wouldn't bet on it really. It does have a long signal off the code 3. Here, I'll go over to it. But it's, you always, code 2 overrides the code 3. So even though it had a nice little move there on the code 3 up, the code 2 overrides the code 3. It should drift back down and to around 5.30, maybe 5.25. I don't think it'll break its low of 5.18, whatever it is, 5.18. I don't think so. As far as ES and YM go, you know, I really don't know what they're going to do, and I don't know what the code 2 is. It basically just could scalp a little bit the code 3 here. But anyway, I am going to get going here in about 20 minutes, everybody. I hope that you guys had a good day. And okay, have fun at the gym, Frank. And I will see you guys tomorrow. I'll still be here for about 20 more minutes, though. You can watch the charts and the codes and everything, and I'll say goodbye when I'm ready to shut down. Well, that's good. That's good. All you need now is the market to really, pick up good for us again. Whether it crashes or goes higher or whatever, we don't, overall don't really care. We'll be able to make money no matter what. Yeah, the Euro session is moving right now. The Euro session is moving right now. It's moving good from the ES and YM. You can actually check to Chicago for ES and YM. And then for CL not moving anymore during that time. Euro US dollar is I forget. That one might be it might be different, but yeah, you just have to track those two. That's actually code 2 there for the Euro session, and been working very good. But there'll come a time when most of that movement will come back to the USA session again. Check, you can actually, for the ESYM, you can check to Chicago time, which is 3 a.m. New York time. That's where it's at. Anyway, yeah, 3 a.m. New York time. Yeah, which is 2 a.m. Chicago time. Yep. And see, for me, where I'm at in Thailand, that is 2 p.m. 2 p.m. to me, so it's in the afternoon. So starting at like 2 p.m. going through, all night long till I trade till 1 in the morning. It's almost going to be 1 in the morning for me. That whole time is like the best time for all of trading. You got the European session and then the USA session, back to back. and I can do the whole thing from 2 p.m. to 1 o'clock in the morning. So 11 hours of prime time trading out here. It's really nice. Anyway, you guys have a great night and everything. I'll be back in about 20 minutes. Yeah, it's good. It's a very good time zone for trading. It really is. I've always dreamed of being into this time zone. Because before I was in California time, which is, the market starts at 6:30 in the morning. Good place to stay depends what you're looking for. What do you like? For instance, do you like the city? Now you gotta understand, it's not like a city that you're familiar with. You like beaches? Oh, you would definitely want to come to where I'm at, Phuket. Yeah, Phuket is really nice. I finally got smart and rented from a Thai and got into a house here, 4-bedroom, 3-bath house on a beautiful piece of land. And yeah, let me know. Let me know when you come, and we can meet up. And I could, if you want information on like where's a good place to stay and everything, just let me know. Just let me know what you're looking for. There's lots of beaches in Phuket, but what are you looking for? Like the party and drink, stuff like that. You want to, Patong is good. Or are you just looking for like more laid back, quiet? There's a lot more places you can go. I live in like the perfect spot right now. Like, I'm like centrally located and I can get to the mall real quick. I'm like just not even 10 minutes from the mall. And just like 5 minutes from the gym, 10 minutes to the mall, 15 minutes to the beach. It's really nice. I was living in the tourist area, with all the expensive stuff, but all that happened to me is I got screwed over there. So I'm much happier where I'm at now. Yeah, Phuket's nice. Vacation is a great place to come to a vacation. Like relieve all your stress. I haven't played in so many years, but I intend to go back to Hong Kong, back to Macau and go play, but I'm just waiting for the Hong Kong protest to die down a bit. And then, yeah, I had plans to go back there and play, but not for fun. Just I wanted to go back and record on camera what I can do. Like, I could go in there with like 20 units at $100, $2,000, and win like 5,000 in a few hours, and show that on camera. And actually, I just had my girl play too with me, so we both win, on camera. And then that really show people that it's all real what I say, But I've never been to Macau, and I don't know what the blackjack is like there, so I have to go check it all out. But should be good. They got a Wynn and everything, They got Wynn Hotel, Hard Rock, everything. Yeah, it works really good. The only thing is you just really need to find a place that's kind of busy. The more busy, the better. The more full the tables are, the better. You don't even need to sit on the third base. You can sit up front. You can sit anywhere you want. It still works. Because when you do sit on third base, people do get mad at you for not, you stand on 12. Okay, well, if you stand on 12, right, and you're on third base, and let's say the dealer takes a bus card, everybody will go, wow, how did you know? Nobody would stand on 12. The dealer's showing a face card, nobody would do that. So how did you know? And they think you're a genius, right? But then when you get it wrong and the dealer pulls a hand, everybody loses, you're the biggest idiot in the world to them, so they don't like it. But but in the long run, which they don't see, you're coming out way ahead. They just don't realize it. But anyway, that was my first trick that I learned with playing blackjack when I was 21. I used to go play every day, and I thought I was making like 5,000 a month. When I was 21, and I thought that was a lot of money back then. I thought I was like rich in comparison, and but I didn't care about money. I just wanted to be free. Really, was what I wanted. I wanted to be free to do what I wanted to do, which I did, and I was. Anyway, I will be back at 1, and we'll do one more code 3. And by the way, the code 3 was good yesterday. The last one. We go look at it. See this one here? That's the last one. It was good. Anyway, I'll be back in a little bit. We'll do the code 3, and then I'm gonna get going. Hope you guys have had a decent day. Market picks up. It'll get a lot better. Okay, there's the code 3 lines for everything. It's already gone long on the ES and the YM. Nothing else is broken yet. Anyway, I am going to get going. I will see all of you for tomorrow's trading. Have a good day out there. See you tomorrow.